I love parallel clamps. They're incredibly strong, they have a greater throat depth than a lot of other clamps, and their unique parallel jaws apply even pressure that reduces glue slippage. But the biggest downside is the lower jaw can't easily slide down the bar if there's gobs of dried glue on it. So what do you do if your parallel clamps aren't working like they used to? Well, there's a couple of things, but first you have to get the glue off. You can remove a lot of it with a scraper, but all these little notches on the bar make it difficult to get them clean from scraping alone. And if you don't get those clean, the clamp head may not be able to grip as well. A heat gun or even a torch helps, but it's a good way to burn yourself. I've had some success with acetone. I liberally wipe it on, let it sit a minute or two, and then I follow up with a stiff wire brush and a good rag. Be sure to wear nitrile gloves, and I recommend a respirator because too much acetone can be a little hard on the brain cells. If you're willing to let it soak longer, there is a safer, more natural option, white vinegar. A few hours in that and the glue will wipe right off. But how do you soak a long clamp like this in a tub of vinegar? Matt from MWA Woodworks has a great solution if you're willing to spend the time building it and you have the room to store it between uses. I'll link to his video in the description below. Of course, you can skip the softening and just use a rotary wire brush and a power drill if you don't mind being a little hard on your clamps. But I think this is a little slow going and even more labor intensive than soaking, especially if you have a lot of clamps to do. If this is your method of choice, I recommend a brass brush, and be sure to wear your safety glasses. Since the jaws themselves are smooth, the glue is going to scrape off them relatively easily, so I wouldn't risk acetone or a wire brush on the plastic. This may sound like a lot of work, and it kind of is. So you should do what you can to keep the glue off the clamps in the future. The best way to do this is to wipe on a coat of paste wax. This will keep the glue from sticking to your clamps next time you use them. Reapply the wax every few projects. While you're cleaning everything, you may as well add some lubricant to the internal mechanism. You want something kind of sticky so it won't drip out on the wood. A silicone lubricant works well. I don't like to spray the threads on the handle because they're exposed and my hands may transfer the lubricant to my project, so I just put beeswax on that. When your parallel clamps are clean and tuned up, there's nothing better. I'm always looking to expand my collection, but they aren't cheap, so I usually just buy a couple a year and spread out the pain. I'll link to the ones I use in the description below this video. Who says you can't get track saw quality cuts from a simple circular saw? Boratool's new WTX clamp edge guide system is light, it's easily portable, and it's far less expensive. And with the optional router and jigsaw attachments, the system's more versatile too. Check it out at the link in the notes below this video. Wait, don't go yet. If you're new here, please subscribe and remember to ring the bell. I would really appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up, or better yet, leave us a comment. I always read them. And be sure to check out the latest issue of Stumpy Nubs Woodworking Journal. It's always packed with tips, tricks, and tutorials designed to make you a better woodworker.